Hello everybody and welcome back to our Medieval Total War Holy Roman Empire campaign. And we're starting off 1408, less than 50 years to go, and we have overcome it. We have dealt with the largest obstacle to us actually winning the campaign in terms of the points. We have eliminated the Danes. In the very last episode, we took them out, cornered the king and all his sons in Algeria. And rather than wait out the siege of just rebels here, we decided to ship our men back home. Now, the Danes are eliminated, but as you can see, it's a little close here in terms of the points. And as you can also see, we do not have a lot of territory. We've got Naples, Sicily. We're going to lose Algeria to the rebels. We've got Genoa. And then we've got Poland, Saxony, Brandenburg, Pomerania, and Denmark. And we also have Antioch. Now, that sounds like kind of a lot when you name it, but a lot of these provinces are not homelands for us, and they're also very vulnerable to any other faction that might want to take a swipe. Most notably, we are still at war with the Golden Horde, and they are right on our doorstep in the north, so they could swoop up and challenge us in Brandenburg, easily challenge us in Pomerania, and maybe even take some other stuff from us. The other thing is, now that the Danes are eliminated, they are eligible for a re-emergence, and they owned a lot of territory on the map, and so they could re-emerge and get a lot of stuff back with them. So they could come back in the north, right just above us here, in Norway, Sweden, Finland. They can emerge in Pomerania theoretically. So in fact, we should probably beef up the garrison here. We want it to be over 120% loyalty in order to avoid that chance of reemergence. Same thing with Denmark. We should probably reduce taxes. But we're also losing money. So our challenges are not over, right? Like, we could roll into 1453 with a massive, massive negative, and we could also, by that time, potentially be behind in points. If we lose some of those homelands, we're obviously not going to be making the 5 points that we expect next turn, and the Byzantines could start making more than us, quite a lot. They could get their homelands back, theoretically, and they could conquer a lot of territory. Now, it does have to be said, I think the Byzantines are starting to be on the back foot, because I think they've been ousted from Spain entirely, or very close to it, by the Spanish. As we can see, we move up to Cordoba. Yes, that's Italian. Portugal is, or was, Byzantine, but now it's Italian, right? So a lot of these places are now held by the Italians, including North Africa. The Byzantines had done very well here, but no longer. We want to keep that up because we want to keep up the pressure on the Byzantines, make sure that our lead stays respectable, and the Italians are not that much of a threat in terms of glorious achievement points to us. There's no way that they're going to overtake us. However, they could damage us, right? Like, they could eliminate us theoretically if they got strong and really focused on us. It could be a fight for our survival. Also, the Florentine Duomo. This is a new one to me. I didn't know this existed. Well, this is great. They build a cathedral in 1420 in Tuscany, and they get 5 points. Well, good for them. So this, I don't know that I've really given the Italians a fair shot ever. So someday we will play them. But really, it's down to us and the Byzantines. The Hungarians, I'm not expecting anything, but then again, you never know. They could suddenly conquer a bunch of territory and overtake us in a few turns. So that could be something to watch for. What I think I want to do then, in order to ensure that our lead is going to be respectable and hopefully to finish this series right, is to actually, we're going to return our men to Sicily instead of Naples. This is Prince Rudolph, 5-star general. He's got a decent little army here, and I think this could do a lot of damage in the right area. So we're going to bring it back to Sicily. Sicily is important because from here we can get men all the way up to Genoa, and from Genoa we could march theoretically back into Germany. What I would love is to get hold of Swabia again. This is a citadel province, and it looks like, the rebels are taking the Spanish out. The Spanish have still lost Tyrolia, they've lost Venice, and I think Bavaria and Austria are still in rebel hands, so these are places we could make our own. Maybe, theoretically, at some point we could even link up our territories, but what we want to do is get some land back, maybe get some ransom, right? If we can somehow corner the Spanish king. He's currently neutral, but he's excommunicated, so we wouldn't be worried about the Pope hurting us if we did that. So that, I think, is going to be my plan. I believe, while that does leave Naples somewhat vulnerable, I mean, we do have 2 full stacks here. We've got a lot of these chivalric sergeants. We've got some swords. We've got some cav. And actually, our cav is the strongest arm that we've got. A lot of chivalric knights, some feudal knights, royal knights. So I think we could hold out. If the Pope wanted to attack us, if the Golden Horde wanted to attack us, I think we'd be okay in terms of all those things. So let's end the year and hope that we can get some success in the north. Okay, what was that? That's the Golden Horde up in Pomerania. See, that's the thing. We could be in real trouble here. Okay. Pomerania invaded, and this is a prince, and he's got 3 really good units that we can't fight, so back to the stronghold it is for us. Okay, yep, we lost Algeria. Fair enough. Okay, so the Pope has died. So that means the Spanish are not excommunicated, actually. Alright. And they were at war with the Pope, but the Spanish just had a civil war, which is why we've got these rebel settlements. And that means, because they've got no contact with the Pope, they're probably ceasefired currently. Alright. We've got Prince Herman. We've got another son on the way. And, yeah. Oh, okay. We're now making money. Why is that? Oh, I know why. Because we've got our ships back trading. Okay, good. So, if we can maybe get some nice lucrative trade routes happening, if we can keep the Golden Horde off of our back, stay allied with the Byzantines, or at least at peace with them, and hope the Italians don't try to wreck everything, right? We want to stay neutral with them. Then we could start making money again. I think the Byzantines are getting shut down pretty well. You know, we had just a couple episodes ago a very big civil war that was suffered by the Horde. That was, largely our doing, and they came back from that in a way that I am surprised by. The Byzantines, I really thought, were going to be up into Constantinople by now, but they, while they did attempt to siege it, they never conquered it. So hey, that's good stuff. I'm happy that the Horde has held on. It's a little annoying that they're still giving us grief, but this is not so crucial for us. Now, Pomerania is a homeland. We do get a point for that. So let's take a look actually at these, and we can be somewhat targeted. Our homelands are kind of pathetic. The points in the late game for the Germans, they're very hard to come by. You do get the Hanseatic League, which gives you I think like 5 points for trade in the North Sea. So that's good, but the homelands, you need a lot of them, and they're each only worth 1. So Hungary is a homeland. That's interesting. But yeah, Pomerania and Prussia, Livonia, jeez. And then Brandenburg, Saxony, Friesland, which we have, and then Bohemia. Silesia is not, interestingly enough. Franconia, Lorraine, Swabia for sure, Bavaria, yep, Tyrolia and Austria, but not Switzerland. Okay, so when we go back, we could go up, hit Tyrolia. We could try to get the Burgundians to emerge too. That might be interesting. Let's just stay put right there. I'm happy to leave these rebels right there in Provence, because they're pretty formidable, and hopefully they'll keep the Italians away from us. But we do need to be aware that the Italians, now that they're sending ships out, they may want to interfere with our own shipping. There's almost nothing we can do about that, though. I'm just afraid to say, we're making a little money. If we can make enough to build some more ships, then I guess we can. But I'd love to double up on some of our fleets, because what do they got? This is a war galley. So it's 3 attack, 3 defense, 1 speed. It's basically a caravel. But the difference is we are deep sea range, which means we can move a lot, and they are just coastal waters. So while we can move like 2 sea zones, and we can even hang out in the Western Med, this is deep sea, they cannot. So they have good ships, but they're a little slower. They're a little more, just around the shallow waters of the coastal Med. Anyway, hopefully we won't have to worry about that. Hopefully they'll be so busy with everything else. They are at war with the Byzantines and the English, so, again, maybe we'll get lucky there. Okay, just moving up to Genoa. And this is so sad. We've got 1 season left for the Master Armorer. When that's done, we'll have our Gothic Knights, but we've got no money to train them. So, very, very unfortunate. Well, hopefully we can make a little more cash. Yeah, just end the year. And the Italians are getting stronger and stronger, and I forgot to save Pomerania, but, you know... Yeah, castle being assaulted. Okay, auto-calc that. That was my bad. I wasn't sure they would so quickly attack. Okay, Byzantines getting that back. Yeah, we do not have the money. We are not going to be paying for that ransom. And so we just outright lost Pomerania. Okay, so to deal with this, in part, that's kind of why I want to send my guys north, right? We'll hit up here, and we'll get up around this side of the world. And, you know, this army could be pretty decent against the Horde. So we could take back Bohemia, and we could hold it, right? That wouldn't be enough to connect us, but we could just march right up through all of this. Okay. So, the other issue is what to do with these spies that we have. Because I don't need you in Algeria, but you're a 5-star spy. Let's bring you back... back up towards Pomerania. Very low loyalty, 53%. I mean, how much money? We're still making 171. How is that? Oh, that's right. We were under siege last turn, so we're making exactly the same. It goes to show, you know, I don't know how lucrative this place is really. Connected with a trade route, it would be, but we hadn't gotten that far. Partly because it's so vulnerable. Okay, but we're moving into Milan. This is going to look like just a hilly ground. They've got a lot of men, but I don't think they can use this catapult. They've only got 1 man in this Royal Knights unit. They've got, you know, a couple of understrength archers, 3, but we're just going to be marching forward and hope to crush them with our melee strength. That's going to be the primary goal. We've got enough cavalry to get around behind them and stuff. But we will just try to do damage. And I don't know, do I want to take Milan? It's making a decent amount of cash. It's making 351. And doing this, I was afraid at first that this might put us dangerously close to the Pope, right? It might block in Tuscany, but it actually won't. So that's the good news there. The Pope could still attack Venice if he wanted to. Alright, let's go take a look at what we can't train. Here's our beautiful Gothic Knights. So sad. Even this just looks really neat. Let's take a look at the art here. Protected by superb armor, Gothic Knights need fear little, although archers and pikemen still have to be treated with respect. Complete with heavily armored horses, these are superior warriors. With the Gothic Knights, personal armor reaches a peak of practicality and beauty, and their heavy cavalry tactics have been perfected. So these have a bonus versus armored troops. Their charge is not the best because they're not using lances. At least that's my understanding. But they are really just good at grinding down in melee because, you know, good against armor, good maces. That's excellent morale, very good attack, excellent defense. So just a fantastic unit, I imagine. And yeah, you know, they don't have quite the attack of the chivalric knights, apparently. Very good attack as opposed to excellent attack. And they don't have quite the charge, but what a great unit to have and sort of combine with the two to just make a super heavy cav army. And then you've got your Gothic sergeants, of course, and you've got your chivalric guys. So it'd be fun to really put that together. Hopefully we'll be able to stick a few of those units, you know, in some armies and make something cool happen. Okay. Let's bring you back down into Venice. Before we go, we'll take a look at Tyrolia. I don't want to attack the Spanish here. And I may not attack them at all. We'll see. If we get a chance... Actually, no, this would be the way to trap him, wouldn't it? Burgundy up to Lorraine. Let's take a look at the Pope. We're allied with the Pope, and the Spanish are allied with the Hungarians. So if we attack the Spanish, the Hungarians would have to choose, and they might choose them. But yeah, I think I want to do it. This is the way we make money now, just by ransoming kings if we can. So we'll go to Milan, hope they just withdraw, and then we'll just move on. We'll go up to Burgundy and hope they withdraw, and then corner them in Lorraine. That's their king. I imagine they would do a ransom. If we can take this, then this actually, this is our corridor to connect everything. So we could get Lorraine and then come back to take Swabia at some point. All right, and we could even have a long stupid channel, right? That connects everything. Burgundy, Milan. All right, maybe. So given that, maybe we won't attack Tyrolia. This army is looking pretty weak. Let's bring the spy back down to Venice. One thing that I had been working on here was a revolt in Venice. I had a 5-star spy in there, and we were really close to getting a revolt against the Golden Horde. But the spy got caught. It was presumably, I'm guessing, by not border forts, but most likely he was caught by another agent. But now I'm wondering. So let's bring the princess over. We'll bring her over to Venice and leave the spy in there for now. Do we want to do anything up here? I don't think so. If they attack, I don't want to weaken Brandenburg because we know this is super annoying to keep. And we can't train anything here, but we've got 2, decent spear units. And theoretically, we could retreat to the castle and do a counterattack, I guess. So that's what we'll do there. Everywhere else, things are looking good. But I had this agent here in Syria, and he was doing great. As you can see, he's a 5-star spy, and we've been getting lots of revolts. But now we're getting nothing, and the loyalty is 200%. Now, maybe that's because he's got a lot of men here, but I don't think that's it. I think he's got another agent. So let's move the spy out. And then we'll, maybe later we'll try this. This may give the Byzantines a bit of a hand, which is probably okay, honestly. Okay, go English. Give the Italians a hard time. Oh, interesting. What are you guys going to do? Oh my gosh. Okay, the rebels retreated Milan. That's good. The papacy retreat out of Tuscany. Oof. Hey! We didn't even have to work for this one. There's no spy in here. Great. So we've got a big loyalist stack. That is wonderful news. Let's take a look at that immediately. Oh, this is good. I mean, we can't afford it. This is really going to mess up our economy. But I think we, this could probably beat these guys. Let's move. If we have a good general, like this guy's really good, but I'm kind of afraid to take him out of here. We did have a 4-star guy, and he was really disloyal. Yeah, he's still really bad. We got a 3-star guy here. This is Rudolf Giscard, and he is the crazy, descendant of the Lord Blankenberg, I guess. Unhinged loon, doubtful courage, so bad morale traits. Probably should avoid that. Now, they've got 3 Mongol heavy cav and 1 of the horse archers. And we've got 3 of these spears. We don't have any archers, but we've got javelins, and we've got crossbows, and we've got a couple swords, and we've got a couple light cav. I feel like the morale stuff would really hurt. Okay, this is -3, this is -6, so a total of -9. But this is +3, so that's back to -6. This is +2, so that's back to -4. Ooh, no mercy. That's okay, so -5. Total of -5. -5 morale. Yeah, it might be better not to use him. Maybe we can bring you over. Jeez. And we can't trust you alone anyway, so we'd need to, you know, we could do this, and maybe it would be fine. You know, and then you can hold down the fort there. Saxony looks pretty good now. Oh, jeez. Okay, my princess is going to be in Venice really soon. So I'll know if it's going to be safe for a spy. Now what I'm wondering is the Pope going to counterattack? I could help. That might be good, actually. Maybe I should do that. I wouldn't mind helping the Pope a little bit, helping him get up north, and maybe have him take Venice. Oh, is Venice empty? No, this unit is here. That is annoying. They are not in Croatia. I'm pretty sure. Although I can't tell. I'm not 100%. But I think they're in Venice. Oh, that's so annoying. We're going to go with they're probably in Venice. Okay, there is a border fort here. Alright, so we don't need the princess to be there. I just need to remember that. Border fort in Venice. Really unfortunate. We could go for it and see if they just withdraw. And we could do a big, like, strike up here. But now they've got ships. Now they can do a naval invasion. And if they do, we would lose this. And this. So I don't think it's worth it. Let's check a few things. Do I want to open up a new front? We can just ignore Milan, right? Let's do it. Let's be the good ally of the Pope. We'll attack, hope that they counterattack at the same time. And then but I don't want Tuscany, right? That's the issue. If the Pope were under siege, let's see. Then we would just return the province to him, right? What I don't want is to accidentally send the largest army and then we get Tuscany. Because I don't want to hand the Pope in that way. Our men, we've got 868. If he sends one stack, 762. Yeah, he doesn't have... He might not send enough men. Jeez, this is tough. I don't want this army to take other losses as well. I think we'll wait. So we'll go with Spain. We'll go right up to Burgundy. We'll do this. And we'll hope we don't get excommunicated. Let's see, this Pope is really young. But our king is not, right? Our emperor is 43. So if we were excommunicated, we'd got, you know, I don't know, 10 years to deal with it. Let's see what the Pope says there. And otherwise, oh, yeah, we're still making money, so end the turn. And should we do anything about this? I guess very low taxes. You know, maybe we could get a reemergence in Milan. I think the Danes held that for like a season. Okay, we're getting more men moving into Pomerania. Okay, good. Okay, we should have gone. I wish we could coordinate attacks better with our allies. Because I would have, you know, it would have been good to help them, help the Pope take back the Papal States. Maybe they'll do it on their own. All right, we've got a lot of men and they don't, so let's attack Pomerania. Let's hope the crippling morale penalties of our general are outweighed by the bonuses from his command stars, giving everybody a couple points of valor. All right, this is fine throughout the day. Yeah, let's attack. Although we probably shouldn't. We don't have like hardly any archers. All right, there's our general there, the one Royal Knight. There's your mounted crossbows. Okay, I think I would do like. Oh, that's so silly. Why would you ever want that? Infantry charge? I don't like that either. Eastern defense? Okay, yes. I think we'll go with that. I don't really like the swords in the front line, but the javelins are behind, and I think that's important. Okay, so group everybody. And let's see, what are they going to do? Okay, they're going to be right there. Fine. We'll just march straight towards them. And this is, you know, a little bit tricky. They may, you know, if they just charge us, they could do a real lot of damage. So we have to be a little careful. And I think as we get closer, we are going to move the swords into a different position. But they're looking okay where they are. Let's move them like there. And they can outflank when we feel it's safe. You guys, though, should be on engage at will, so you can actually fire those javelins. And our spear line, you know, we've got enough spears for every heavy cav unit. I think we'll degroup and then regroup, and okay, now they're great. They're advancing on us. I think that's good. Alright, let's get around. Let's get around this side. Let's get around. Attack. They're losing. Okay, no, they're winning easily. Alright. Oh, what are you guys doing? Are you moving? Horse archers are just attacking our mounted sergeants. Let's see, you help out there, you help out here. I do have one more heavy cav unit they could throw our way. We might not get this, actually. Alright, we've got our javelins. Yeah. Although we are killing some of them. Yeah, that morale penalty is the question, right? What is better, valor or morale? Okay, we can still corner them, catch them up with that unit. Let's get these guys back, and let's throw into these guys. All right, they're chasing away our cav. This is kind of weak cav. I'm not going to be too scared just based on that fact. Let's get them down here. They still haven't thrown in their general, so this is all still very much up in the air. Alright, and our javelins are just about out. 9 Mongol heavy cav. And these guys are just about gone. Let's hopefully deliver the final blow in these horse archers. Okay, yeah, they're just going away chasing our mounted sergeants, which is probably a good move, but we're going to cut these guys down. Again, these are mostly free units. And it's 5 Mongol horse archers. Such a good unit. I mean, they are apparently being led by a really good general, too. And here comes probably the death blow if they decide to charge our chivalric sergeants in the flank there. Oh, man. 4 Mongol horse archers. They're seeing off everything here. Yeah, you know, it might be time for this guy just to bite it. He's very loyal, so it's useful. Okay, chivalric sergeants. We're not going to get this in time. Yeah, should we save him? He's got quite the epic story. And, you know, it might be useful. No, I'm not going to. He's a liability. He's a liability now. He's probably going to escape anyway because he's got such bad morale. But let's throw him in here. He's also got a kind of a decent amount of valor, 16 valor actually. Looking at that, wow. Is this true? Can you really rally? Wow. Okay. And you guys can rally as well. Let's move you back over here then. He's going great against this step-heavy cav, and he's not even tired. Quite fresh. All right, are you routing? No, marching recruit. Let's go get some of these guys. I want to take out some of their general unit. This is a very good general, and so if we could deal with some of him, that'd be nice. What, did we kill 2 of them on that charge? Let's come help. Let's shoot into this. And the mounted sergeants, chivalric sergeants. We might be able to get you guys back. Maybe not.
Your general has
Aww, I feel like that was close. Okay, fair enough. We got them down to 18 though. That's fairly impressive. For just, you know, 1 Royal Knight, and we did have some crossbow shooting and so on. Okay, so we started war with the Spanish, and we've lost, or they've lost Burgundy. There we go. Milan is lost. That's fine. We can't pay our ransom. Ooh, unrest in Prussia. Ooh. That's good, I guess. The Hungarians, you know, could threaten me in terms of the points, but they're also keeping the Horde busy, so they're going to lose Prussia. Yeah. Okay, Italians have been excommunicated. Alright, Hungarians stayed allied with us. Reynold Otterbach is friendly, okay. So we're making 354 now. We've got Burgundy outright. Yeah, that's kind of nice. We could go, let's see, 10 years. That's the thing. The thing is, 10 years puts us at 1422, and then there's like 30 years left of the game. If we go for the Spanish here, we could... They probably have Champagne too. Is that right? They may have Champagne as well. But we could get a ransom, I think. Okay, the Pope has the Papal States. That's the other thing. We could come back here now and maybe help in a little more effective manner. How are the Byzantines doing? 6 points to our 4. Right, because we failed to take Pomerania. Well, we could attack into Tyrolia. We could take and hold Milan. That would be, you know, more productive, I think. But we'd be right next to the Horde. We'll think about it. 44 years old. Let's not risk excommunication just yet. I think there's time for us to still make this happen. Let's come down here. And we'll see. Well, maybe the Horde will eliminate the papacy here. And then they'll have to deal with the reemergence at some point. Maybe we just want to wait and not save the Pope because he's warning us about XCOM. He's 27. Burgundy. It's not one of our homelands. We don't really get anything by keeping it except that there's, you know, there's food here. There's money. We could get money for doing this. Like a lot. If they have any. And maybe they're broke, right? Like the Danes last time didn't bother to ransom their entire royal family because they couldn't, presumably. So do we take the excommunication? I feel like that would be pretty rough. Part of me wants to do it because it seems like the crazy appropriate thing to do. It would be a laugh, right? Go ahead, get excommunicated before the end of the game. But I don't think so. Maybe not just yet. We could go for Swabia now, and this is making more money than Burgundy. And it's got a lot more stuff. And this is a homeland for us. And it's neutral. So let's do that. And maybe the Burgundians will emerge, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe the Burgundians will emerge. But we can do this. Get rid of this annoying border fort. And let's get rid of the farmland, too. 300 for that. Very high taxes. Okay. We got up here. We'll go to Champagne. We'll keep our spy right here, I think. No, actually, we'll move him to Tyrolia. Or to Burgundy, rather. And we'll try to get that going. And we'll just keep an eye on the Horde. If the Pope looks like they're really in trouble, maybe we can help out. Maybe we won't. And maybe we'll just take the opportunity to grab a ransom later. We are making money. We don't need to be super aggressive about this. Just end the year. Oh, the Italians are carving up the English. Okay. Alright, we got Swabia under siege. The Horde is conquering into northern Italy. Oh, shoot. I was hoping this would be more impressive. Alright, and Bavaria, too, has a lot of rebels in it, and you know, a decent amount of infrastructure. Maybe not that much now that I look at it, but this will take 1 year, so we can just sit and wait for this. And I think I'm inclined to. I know that we may be risking infrastructure, but I think we're going to risk it regardless. And we could also try this little trick. 0% chance of success. Maybe next turn it'll be higher. Yeah. I think part of the difficulty of this mission, of like getting your spy in to unlock the gates, part of it is based on the number of men in the castle. Part of it is based on how long they've been under siege. It gets easier the longer the siege goes. And I think part of it might also be based on the level of the castle. So a fort is going to be easier than like a citadel, I think. Which is unfortunate because in some of these really big cases, you can't do it. But then again, it's like, well, you just wait a couple of years, right? I would like to get the stuff without having to, you know, destroy all the building. So, let's see. There's a border fort here. I should have stuck around and killed that. Well, it looks like, though, they're spreading themselves out. And so that means the papacy could do a nice strike, because these forces are going to be tied up in Milan. And I think the papacy is going to be doing okay. They can get back Tuscany at some point. All right. So with that, we're about, you know, 3 or 4 turns away from making money again. We just need to hold out, and we can do it. And these ships, man. If one of these ships comes over here, that all that money goes out the window. All right. Nothing else we can do, I guess. Pomerania, very low. We'll move you over. Try that loyalist revolt again. And the rebels totally beat the Hungarians in Prussia, but they've got some people in the garrison still. Burgundy is lost. Okay. Lost to, I'm not sure, but it looks like the Spanish. Okay, Tuscany, the Pope invaded, but decided to withdraw. And Swabia's about to fall. Alright, good. We've got a great spy here, 5-star, so we can keep him around for a little while to watch for those assassins. Just check on the Byzantines' points again. 6 points to our 5 now. Okay. We've got Swabia, even though the castle hasn't fallen. but it will this turn. Let's see now if we have any better shot at that. 14%. No way am I going to risk him on that mission, but we could in theory. And I'd love, let's see, we'll see if we can get a revolt happening again. Maybe the Burgundians will pop up. And unfortunately, England, all of Britain is closed to us because there's no ports here, so we can't send spies in. We would need to go through Flanders, and there's a border fort there, so there's no subterfuge to be done in England, unfortunately. The Italians, though, are excommunicated, so maybe they'll run into trouble on their own. We'll just wait. We don't want to start trouble with them because we are getting a lot of our money from them directly. All right. Oh, now we're losing money. What's happening there? Is it this? Nope. All of our trading is fine. Oh, it's down here. Alright, this is a Dow with 1 command star versus our guys with 2. Let's do it. That's going to set us back a few years as far as income goes. But then again, this year we're going to get Swabia, unless something unless something drastic happens. Okay, yeah, the English are going to be wiped out. And Genoa, the Golden Horde, withdrew from that. Okay, interesting. Glad I didn't have to fight a battle. And, okay, good. The Pope, see, they're being a little aggressive. They're not committing to all these attacks, but they are making them. And we won that. And Burgundy, just regular, boring old unrest, not a faction emergence. Alright. We'll take this. And, wow, we pillaged a lot here. We're in money now. We've got over 4 grand. Okay. I would rather not maybe have destroyed all of the facilities, but on the other hand, now we can train Gothic Knights. Let's do it. Where are you? Right here. 544 florins, but look at the upkeep. It's actually quite a bit cheaper than Chivalric Knights, and way cheaper than Feudal Knights. This is interesting. So the support costs get lower the higher up the tech tree you go, even though all these units have the same unit size. That is really interesting. Maybe it's intended to, like, reflect, I don't know, that this is expensive to give guys land or something. I'm not sure, because the equipment is definitely getting better, but maybe this is supposed to represent, like, just more efficiency or something. These guys, too, can dismount before battle, and I don't think these guys can unless it's a siege. Well, maybe they can. Well, anyway, we're definitely going to train some. And are we making money? Well, we're losing it, but you know what? We're going to get some Gothic Knights. Get some Gothic Knights, and what is this? We've got you screwing up my trade here. This looks like a Dow. No, it's a Bagala. But let's hit it anyway. And let's spend some of that money on a caravel. And another one there. I know this is, you know, it seems kind of silly, but we've got to have ships. We've got to have caravels around here. Okay, and we could go for another one up here, but that's like almost 3,000. Let's be a little more reasonable. And here we've got Hans der Bar, who is super disloyal, and his army doesn't look that great. On the other hand, it does have a lot of ranged. Almost no infantry, but a lot of ranged, some cav. So this would be, you know, interesting. What we would just do is aim at their cav and try to shoot them down. Let's do that. We'll just rely on our loyalists, which are being fed to us by the spy here in Pomerania. And the king. Oh, this might be it for Hungary completely. You know, part of me, I was very tempted to go over here. Because I thought, okay, maybe I could get a rebellion going, but no, this is already a rebellion. So unfortunately, we can't do anything else there. But let's take a look at Swabia. What can we do here? We can train, okay, chivalric men-at-arms, feudal knights, sergeants rather. Okay. very high taxes, and that, you know, we're very, very close to getting even income again, to getting some positive income. Let's move their Inquisitor, though. Zeal here is 20%. We're not doing crusades around Swabia, though. I don't think we're bothering with crusades anymore. Switzerland, Burgundy, okay. We got a rebellion here, so the king is going to go to one of these places. But yes, the Spanish do have Champagne. So what was the year when we were warned away from attacking? This was, we were here for like 2 years. 1, 2, so 15, 14, 13, 12. So it would be 14, 22, right? Let's say 1422 we can attack the Spanish again. But, oh yes, no, the Hungarians do have Franconia, so their faction could be eliminated, or their king may end up over here. But if they're eliminated, then they're rebels, and we can go and get this back. Oh, that would be very nice. And I don't think there's anything here, so if we have a spy, which we do, we can move them up to Genoa and then over to Tuscany. They've got literally no buildings, and maybe we could get a rebellion going there. And we could also try with this guy. Let's move him. Let's try to help out the Pope a little bit. I'll keep this spy. Actually, we need a spy up here in Denmark because we're getting murdered up here by assassins. So we'll just keep you there. Okay, training our Gothic Knights. Is there anything we want to build now that we have money? And, you know, we're going to lose about 2,000 or 3,000 of that next turn, so maybe not. Maybe we will just sit tight. Get some Gothic Knights going, and then find out how we're going to use them. Oh, wow. Byzantines got good ship coverage. Alright, and Novgorod's possibly going to be eliminated. We're invading Pomerania with our rebellion here. And so this is, yeah, going to be standing off and shooting as long as they will allow us to do that. They may try to run all their cav forward, and that would be pretty much the end of our very archer-heavy army. And now it is important that we attack during the day. Sure, this is fine. Let's just march them straight up. Right about here. And we halt. They're sending their lighter cav. I think this will all be fine, really. And if we can see them off, which maybe we can, maybe we can't, we can just go right over to their heavy stuff, take that out. That's pretty good. I mean, we took down a quarter of this unit. As soon as we're in range, we'll stop. There we go. Oh, they don't like it. Okay. And are they attacking? Yeah, they probably are. No. No, they're not. Yes, no. 26 and 35, though. I mean, we just get a couple volleys and they go down pretty hard. Okay, let's do one of these group formation things. We'll go, we want to go missile first, 3-line. Feels like that's going to be a pretty stupid line. Actually, that doesn't look too ridiculous. Oh, wait. But you're like this for some reason. Okay, these are handgunners, and I've got to remember that. They are kind of decent in melee. Who are you shooting at? Oh, you're shooting at us. Okay, fine. A little bit closer. Yeah, that's what they do. Right, let's throw in here. We do have feudal knights. I somehow kind of missed that. One of these units is Khwarezmian Cav, not their Mongols. But this is still, you know, it's the same idea. It's very heavy cataphracts. I just think they don't have a shield, I guess. Pretty solid. Let's see if we can hit those Mongol horse archers. And then the handgunners, yeah, let's run you over to engage at will. Alright, we did catch them, for whatever that's worth. How are you doing? Winning easily? Yep. Alright, but we've got these crossbowmen that are, you know, kind of out of it at the moment. Alright, we got a volley with our handguns. Reloading, trying again. Let's get our knights back here. They're winning easily. But we're shooting them down, is the thing. Okay, 38. Okay, they're splitting up. It's down to 6. That guy can just chase those archers, I guess. I don't think we're going to win this. But it's kind of fine, you know, this is more about whittling them down. We've still got our spy. These are free units.
Your general has fallen before the enemy.
We lose them, we don't have to pay for them, right? Alright, let's just end the battle here. I guess you can withdraw. Alright, there we go. We got the end of battle screen. This is hurting them, you know, I guess a little bit at a time. Okay, so the Byzantines are trying for Constantinople. And Venice, who's attacking Venice? Is that the Pope? Yes, it is. Great. Okay, so they're still not taking Tuscany, which is kind of okay. They got the horde out of my face, though. And we won our naval ship there. Let's not pay for the ransom for these guys. Oh no. Well, I mean, you know, this is oh wow. Oh yes. Okay. It's quite a range of emotions I'm experiencing here. The Danes are back. So the Danes are in Finland, Sweden, Norway. Where else can I see them? Okay, good. They're not in my territory, but they are in Burgundy. They are in Venice. No, Provence rather. And I think that might be it. Maybe they're in Algeria. But we've got a big loyalist rebellion happening in Pomerania, and the Danes are happening right next to us, and I don't know where the king is. Is he down here? I don't think so. So I don't know how we can do diplomacy to try to ally with him. We'll see if there's an option for that. The Danes reappear. Oh my gosh, are they in Ireland? Then he's stuck. So if that's true, he's going to be dealing with some disloyalty and some probably some public order penalties because he's got a very big empire all of a sudden. Wow. Okay, this is kind of neat, right? I'll take it. The Danes, they're not going to get points anymore, as we've seen re-emerging factions start from 0, so he doesn't get his old points. But it's neat to see them back, I guess. It'll make things more interesting, maybe harder for the Italians. So I thought we would see that. But the more interesting thing is this right here. This is the faction that you don't always see, I think. It's not a guarantee that the Burgundians appear. Or at least it's late enough in the game, like you can see 14-15, that I certainly very rarely play to this point in the campaign. The Burgundians emerge. So this is just like when the Swiss emerge. It's the same text. And it's in Burgundy, right? So our spy has caused that to happen. Well, great. So he'll probably win that, and there's practically nothing here. I think there's literally nothing. I think I burned the farms. So he's probably not going to do too well. And if he's at war with the Danes, then they're probably going to get wiped out pretty fast. Okay. Let's take a look. Yeah, the Danes are here. They start back at 0. They're already going to get some points, but unfortunately for them, there's only 2 more years for these points to be counted. So I don't think we're in any danger from them. The Byzantines, okay, they're still looking at... Okay, they've got Nicaea, 6 points, and we've got 5. I think we'll still stay ahead, right? All right. All right. And we're making about 500. Well, that's very nice. So in Pomerania, what we could do here is we could just withdraw. Ooh, we got a culverin crew. Culverins are long-barreled guns on light carriages. The slim barrel gives you good range and allows the use of less gunpowder per shot, making it fire safer. Culverins can fire balls up to 45 kilograms. I have no idea what that is. Is it 2 pounds? Is it 100 pounds? I don't know. I don't know kilograms. But most generals prefer lighter pieces, as these are easier to transport to a battlefield. All right. Long-range artillery. Great. So we'll definitely save this. Support costs are only 17. So that's beautiful. All the rest of this we may ditch, depending on how the upkeep looks. But we'll give the Danes Pomerania, I think, and I will just withdraw my unit here. And that way we won't end up at war with them automatically. I think that should work like that. Pomerania is the Horde's province, and so the Danes will be at war with the Golden Horde. And that war should continue because they own Finland. Very, very interesting stuff. So, do we want to do anything? We've got a little bit of cash here. We're making money. We could afford to build some stuff. Let's see. Okay, so the Spanish king is now in Tyrolia. We could hit him, like, next turn. And, you know, again, it's the excommunication issue. But our king, he's getting gradually older. We've got 5 influence on him. If we're excommunicated, we lose, like, 1 or 2, maybe. And then, of course, there's the separate issue of the unrest and all of that. Oh, man, look at this. Okay, Gothic Knights. And just that golden shield at the bottom. You know that not only are these amazingly armored units in their own right, but in order to train them, you need to build the highest level armorers. So you're going to... All of the Gothic Knights are going to have gold armor upgrades. That's... Oh, my gosh, that's so good. I mean, the loyalty's not good on this guy, but yeah, this is what we're doing now. We're training some Gothic Knights. We can train 3 based on how much money we have. But actually, it's cost 554. We're almost making enough to support training a Gothic Knight unit every turn. In, what is it, 2 more years, we'll have 2 more caravels down here, and then 1. I thought I was queuing 1 up. No, I changed my mind there. Okay. So we won't have a caravel in the North Sea. Yeah, Gothic Knights. Okay, so do we want to move some of these guys out now? Let's wait till the caravel is done. We'll wait till both caravels are finished, and then we'll send them over. And I think I want to try to grab this and really hold it, and then we'll see what to do with our Gothic Knights. We'll train a few more. We'll get our ships in the sea, and we'll see what we can do, because the Horde over here, I mean, they probably still own all of this, but we could make life hard for them. We could get up to Austria probably with that good army, and if we can have the sea regions successfully blockaded, we could be in a pretty secure position in Naples, because the Horde is not making... Oh my gosh! Oh god, look at Tuscany. All right. Yeah, the Golden Horde are retreating, and we... Oh, I can't withdraw. Oh, this stinks. So now we're at war with the Danes. And they might not even be at war. I don't have the heart. We're just going to auto-calc that. Oh, that stinks. Yeah, the Duke of Brune, he lasted one turn. Alright. I don't even know where their king is, but he's probably down here. Let's check out Algeria. Oh, that's right. No, we said he was in Ireland. But I am curious to see if there are any Danish people down in the coast of North Africa. Alright, so we're at war with them. And they've got some amazing units up here. Not great generals. But our spy, sadly, is not going to scratch the public order here. And the Byzantines are now in Tuscany. With some good stuff, right? They've got their own cannons. And yet they still haven't managed to take Constantinople or Greece. Alright, well, one more turn for caravels. Here's another Gothic Knight. And let's do one more. Yeah, that's it. We'll just end there. Okay. Yeah, the papacy is retreating there. All right, so the horde is still an issue. England is gone. And Genoa, we got a spy there. Okay, fair enough. Let's see if the Danes... Yes, they are at war with the horde. Okay. You know, they could be a better guardian of our flank than we could at this point. So that might be fine, just having them in charge. What we could do, maybe... Oh, there's no port here. So I was thinking, well, we get our spy up to Norway, but we can't, because border forts exist in Sweden, and we can't send him straight to Norway. Fair enough. And similarly, oh, we might have a way in here, though. The Italians finally have a port in Murcia. So if we go and send an agent, like one of our princesses, right? Yeah, the Danes are down here. Okay. That's fine. They can be down there. I don't really care about that. Let's just see if there is a border fort in Murcia, Northumbria, and then we get up to Scotland, because I think we could cause a revolt here. As we've said before, it is a more rebellious province than most. But our loyalty's looking really good. And we've still got our really strong army in Swabia. Let's actually kind of merge all this and retrain this unit, because we are making money now. We can actually retrain stuff. So you can go there. And our cavalry, we can't really do too much about. Do we want to go with a chapter house here? We had one here once long ago. Get us a couple points of morale, right? Let's do it. And the Byzantines are allied with us and the Pope. And so they're just here to wreck the Mongols. All right, I welcome it. Kind of. I mean, I don't particularly want Tuscany now that I've, you know, salted the earth. And the Byzantine, like, part of me is thinking, oh, they don't have an out, right? This is another situation where we could get a big ransom, but we can't do that again. We can't pull that one again. So let's bring you over here. We're going to get in the face of the Golden Horde, and you don't have any command, but let's do the same thing. Bring you to the Sea of Crete, maybe potentially trade. And every single Gothic Knight is coming out with 2 command stars. Alright, we'll get 4 units, and then we may switch over to something else. We'll switch over to, like, the Gothic Sergeants, right? Or maybe we'll get some... Maybe we'll get some Arbalesters in the mix here. Let's get a few of them. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. If I could get peace with the Danes, I would, but they may just wreck us up there at Saxony. Okay. And Hungary is gone. Okay, so that means we can go now into Franconia. Now this is a little risky, right? Because we are surrounded by the Spanish, who are at war with us, and also the Danes. But if they attack us in Brandenburg, we've got a lot of men, and we are protected by the river here, and we've got a really good spy inside Pomerania. So if they move in, we can get a rebellion going in there. I would love a ceasefire with them. I would love an alliance and not to ever fight the Danes. All right, here we've got our fourth guy, Prince Herman. All right, and I think I've been neglecting my heir. Ludwig, are you married? I don't think he is. No, he's 45. All right, so who's going to take over? It's probably Lothair. We've got a couple of years for him. I think he's the actual son of the current emperor. So 3 more years, he may still be alive. Okay, we're getting these guys going. Very nice. And what do we have here? This is our 2-star, and this is a 2-star doubt. Let's just leave it then. We'll go with that. We'll bring the ship over, and we're now kind of out of money. We've got enough to train another Gothic Knight, but that's costing 275. What else? Go Gothic Sergeant. That costs 262. We can afford to train that. Let's do it. And we can, let's see, we've got, I thought we trained, did I order you to be retrained? Okay, that actually worked. Great. Let's wait another turn, make sure we've got money, and then we can do some more retraining in that stack. It might be a little early to move on Franconia, but I want to get my ships in place, and then we can see if we can get across the Adriatic and then up towards here, and then we get, like, you know, this army with some range and some Gothic sergeants. I think would be well positioned. All right. Oh shoot. Well, screw you. Let's go up here. All we need is to get him across, right? The trade would be really nice. Got a 3-star commander here. Let's if we move this away, we're going to be, I think, in the negatives. We are making 600. All right. Yeah, you guys are both pretty loyal. Time for you to come right over. And I think I want another Gothic Sergeants. And then is that going to be enough? Because we could bring, like, some of you units with to support. Some of these Pavies guys. That might be enough training. And then we could... Actually, we don't need to go around. We could hit the Papal States. I don't really want this territory, though. I'd rather that the Pope has it. Well, I'm keeping our eye out for a Danish king. I wonder what determines where their king is born. Okay, great. They're attacking into Poland. Awesome. Okay, I mean, they're failing. Oh, jeez. Do I want peace? Yes, I think so. We've got another year, then we can just attack them again if we want, right? Okay, but the Danish are very strong in Burgundy at the moment. Got the border fort built right back up. And actually, we could give someone the Duke of Swabia title. Let's see. Do we have anyone with a good acumen? You're decent. You're actually great. Yeah, we'll go with you. Arnold von der Pfalz, Duke of Swabia, making 296. You know, this was never a great income province. Okay. It is so frustrating. We just can't make any headway with those ships. We lost both of our ships that we trained. But now we've got you and you. Some really good units, right? This is only it's a half stack. Let's attach. Let's see. Let's attach some Pavi's crossbowmen. Or do we want to go just bog standard archers? This feels so lowbrow at this point in the campaign. I think I need Pavi's, guys, just for the sake of pride. Even though they're kind of annoying to have like 4 of these flat trajectory shooters in the same army, it just feels like the archers can shoot over the heads, right, of the people in front of them. So, not a huge fan of how these guys operate. But what else can we bring? We've got room for 5 more. Maybe just some like regular spears would be good. We don't have that many swords, unfortunately, but that's kind of what the Gothic sergeants are for. So let's bring. Yeah, let's bring you 2. And then I think some light cav. We've got 1, 2, 3 very heavy, 4 very heavy. We don't have that much light cav. We've got these Teutonic sergeants. You're actually pretty great. Okay, and do we want to bring a Shiv? Let's bring this guy, Teutonic Knights. This is a very Teutonic army, right? Prince Hermann. And we're going to go through. We're going to go through the Papal States. We are not going to stay. Maybe they'll just retreat. Maybe they will stick around and fight. But that is going to be the goal. And I think we've left enough behind here to really pretty solidly defend Naples if it does get attacked. So I think we'll just leave that. We're still making 500. That's pretty respectable. We'll get this army back up in the north, and then we can work on Franconia, right? Franconia, Bavaria, because I would like to get some more homelands and just make sure we keep shutting the Byzantines out. And we've only got a few more years to make that happen. 425 is going to be a counting date, and so arguably I started this quite a bit too late. Okay, Antioch, yes. Tuscany, the Byzantines withdraw, but look, they moved the Khan into the Papal States. We'll see. Are they going to stick around and fight this? Ah, for friggin' crying out loud. It's 2-1. I kind of feel like we could take it. Prince Hermann. I mean, look at this. 4 Gothic Knights. 2 Teutonic sergeants, 2, you know, kind of like 4 spirit. This is like an anti-cav army designed for taking apart some of these units. We've got the light cav to deal with this stuff, and we've got, you know, they got 3 archers. Let's do it. This is what we're here for, right? This is what this is all about. Getting these Gothic Knights out in the field and trying them where it really matters. It sucks. We're not going to take this. This is not for a city that we want. We're trying to just go through them. Do we want to wait? Let's just attack. We're using archers too. Okay, let's take a look at our armies here. Let's get a nice little view of this before we get into it. Here's our light Teutonic sergeants. Pretty solid unit. 2 valor, no armor upgrades on this guy. They came from, you know, a crusade, so that's what that's going to be like. We've got arbalesters without a Pavis, crossbows with a Pavis. So 2 of them working together can take down some heavy cav. Here's our Gothic sergeants, whom we have seen before in that climactic battle to end the last Danish dynasty in Algiers, I think, or Algeria. And then here's our Gothic Knights. Now the mace on them is a little ridiculous, I've got to say, looking at it here. It's a bit big and spiky. It's a bit like we just watched Lord of the Rings and the Witch King's mace. looms very large in the public consciousness, which it is crazy to think about. This game came out after those movies, right? 2002. The first one came out, what, 2000? 2001, maybe? This game here came out after Lord of the Rings. So, kind of, it always messes with me. But anyway, right, this is the Gothic Knights. It's such a good unit. Now, I don't think they have a shield, actually. So, this is interesting. They've got amazing armor. This is going to be like the best armored unit we've got. But we will need to protect them a little bit because there's going to be some arrows. Here's our Royal Knights. Quite good unit with a shield. And then Gothic Knights. And then our Teutonic Knights. So these guys are going to be the Chargers. They're going to be a little faster. The Gothic Knights are going to be pretty slow. And we've got the usual couple of units of Chivalric Sergeants. Okay, I think this is pretty decent. We'll just group this up for the purposes of moving it around. And let's see what this looks like. We could maybe start getting up here. I'm thinking they might retreat up onto the hill, though. I don't think I want to be super coy about this. Okay, they're going that way. Jerks. Alright, we'll just get here, and let's actually turn the facing. Okay, they're going to get close enough that we can shoot them. And I'm just going to ignore their catapults. If they're going to set up on the top of that hill, we will go up the hills to fight them. Step heavy cav, Mongol horse archers. Not a problem. Now, is this all their siege? That they may have had more. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. All right, let's switch over here. I'm just going to ignore them as much as I can. Alright, Gothic Knights hit them. Sergeants turn around, hit these idiots. Evenly matched, winning slightly. This is big. This is okay. This is because the Teutonic Sergeants are in the fight. I've got to imagine. We have got some of our men up on the hill, so that's good. And these horse archers are garbage. I mean, they're excellent, but you know what I mean. I'm just sick of their nonsense. We've got like the most elite units possible here. They're surrounded, and they're fighting really, really well. It's annoying. Okay, there we go. Alright, Gothic Knights get right back there. And I will let the Teutonic Sergeants follow them a little bit, and we're going to get attacked by the Step Heavy Cav. So now we'll get them just like so from behind. Losing badly. They're still running away. Great. Alright, stay on them briefly. We even get some captives. But we're not going to chase. Okay, you can come back, you can come here, and you can, I guess, come over here. Actually, we'll just get you guys up on the hill, right? Oh, jeez, no, that's never mind. That's not going to work. Okay, so What did we do? Missile first, 3-line. Yep, okay, there we go. We'll just paint you up like that. We'll just have to deal with the fact that we're going to get shot a little bit. Okay, that reorganized our lines slightly. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this. Stretch out these big old groups. It's a little weird. I know that, like, you know, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Khan of Steps videos, and he divides his armies up into lots of small groups. So, like, for example, in his Irish campaign, very interesting. He's doing, you know, Viking invasion in Ireland, and they've got such a unique playing style in the battlefield. They rely on javelins, and so for that army, you need to be micromanaging. You need to be really careful. You know, how am I going to set up my javelins? What am I going to screen them with? And so he's got all these groups that he switches back and forth with, and it's nice. It looks really good. Like, you can have your group here, and you just, you know, group of 3 units. You just paint them out. But for me, I don't know. Like, I think that I would struggle with that, because now I'm looking for which group. Right, with this, I know it's like one big fat stupid group that's annoying to move, but I can sort of just grab each individual guy. I don't know, maybe this is why I'm not like a general, right, in real life. Just this like big massive sort of organizational problems. I don't like dealing with them. Just give me like kind of a simple approach, and then I'll just kind of micromanage as things get closer. Okay, our real goal here, though, is not to deal with those archers. It's to deal with this. We want to deal with the heavy cav, and it'd be great if we could capture the Khan, right? So to that end, let's move these guys. Like for example, right now, see, we're gonna need spears. Let's just shift them all like up here. Probably going to get close and charge. Let's get up here and make him think twice about that. Yep, very nice. And you see, now that I'm moving these guys, because I'm like, okay, I need my spears up here, I feel like just degrouping them all. Send the Gothics up and around, because you know they're going to bring some more stuff in from the other side. Okay. Yeah, stop. Get you out of here. Gothic sergeants, I think we need to move our archers up. More Gothic Knights over here. Okay. I'm moving back. Fair enough. They're going to give us the hill, I think. Like, I just know on some level that moving my units piecemeal is less efficient. But it just feels more natural, I guess. And I feel clumsy with the groups. Clicking the gray bar and stuff, it just is difficult for me to get the hang of for some reason. But I'm sure I just need some more practice with it. All right, Arbalesters. Yeah, I think we need to move everybody forward now. I'll move you forward here, and you 3 can go right there. going to make us march over this whole field. And, you know, if they beat us on the timer, oh man, they may be attempting that. So maybe what I ought to do is move some guys down kind of low here. Because if we keep doing this, they're just going to end up on that hill, right? And then just around the whole map. So, yeah, let's move the chivalric sergeants down. Let's move the Gothic sergeants down. Yeah, the crossbow guys down like here. We didn't get you, so you can go here. Yeah, what are you doing? You're leaving the high ground. They're going into the trees, which is, I guess, probably a good move, because, yeah, they had a bunch of their units hidden in there, so that's probably what this is all about. Okay, let's go towards the trees. The general and the light cav will come down here. Alright, and they're bringing on peasants for reinforcements, you know, so it's not their best. I think their reinforcement line looked fairly weak, if I remember correctly. Okay, they're charging right in with their Mongol warriors. See, I would love to fight these guys in the trees with my spears, I think. Let's throw in here. Let's go in rear right there against the Mongol heavy cav. Step cav is coming up behind. What is this? Oh, just a catapult. We try to ignore that. I know we are moving into the woods with cav, which is tricky. We are going to get hit in the back there. Bring our Teutonic sergeants over, I guess. Chivalric sergeants are now routing, but here's the king. We might be able to get him at the right time here. Gothic Knights run in this direction, and the general can come down. This is one of my princes. Alright, Teutonic sergeants, they're marching quickly. Do we have him? We got him. Archers are firing. Oh my gosh. Alright, Mongol warriors running away. Let's go after them. We get the king pretty well surrounded. We should probably actually not go after those Mongol warriors with our Gothic Knights, because they are slow. Let's go instead after these Mongol heavy cav. I think that makes more sense. Right, Gothic sergeants are just standing, so let's bring him down. Let's bring those other Teutonic sergeants around, maybe to flank. Chivalric sergeants came back. This is our whole army, though. We don't have any reinforcements, so we're going to have to make do with all this. Right, hit them in the back there. We're winning easily against this heavy cav, I think. Bring the sergeants down here. All right.
Race the spatting nag.
Just 2 of them left, running away. I don't think we're going to catch him. Yeah, we're pretty far away. I don't think that's going to work, but you know, we'll get on him. And we are getting a lot of guys to rout here, so this is very nice. Let's maybe go after their siege stuff now. They seem to have quieted down a bit. Gothic Knights can move in this direction too. General's going right after the king. Oh, this is the Teutonic Knights. Okay, great. Archers marching quickly. Oof. It took out a few knights, I'm afraid. So here we go. Catapult crew. Take them out, please. And what do we do with you? I don't know, but let's get our infantry over here. I'm not sure exactly where they're going to come from. Geez, we might catch him. Yeah, I'm not sure where the reinforcement is going to originate. Nope, we're not going to get him. That is a shame. I would imagine, though, that we're going to get a pretty decent ransom off of this. And, you know, although this was not the knockout that I was kind of hoping, I think it worked out pretty well. I mean, we're attacking really from a weaker position, right? We were outnumbered almost 2 to 1. And, you know, to be fair, we could still lose this, so we do have to be a little careful. Okay, so it looks like the reinforcements are broadly coming from this hill. That means in order for us to win, we will need to keep on them. We can't just hang back. Okay, the archers are moving up. We can kind of ignore those guys. Let's not get into trouble. Thankfully, thankfully, the arquebusiers are attacking rather than shooting. We'll run everybody over here. But now the issue is our Gothics are going to start to be getting very tired. I think you should break pretty soon as well. And there goes the horse archers. Great. Our infantry is plodding along. This is the way it goes, I guess, with a late era German army. Extremely slow. All right, yeah, let's see what this is going to look like. They're going to be up there. I think I want them to keep moving up. These are my freshest troops, these archers. So we'll get right up there, up there. And I think everyone else, we're going to sit here for a little while. We'll see if they're going to come up over the crest. They are. We've got Slav warriors. That should be fine. Okay, we do have some archers that are going to be trying to hit us from the back, so let's be aware of that. Exhausted, uncertain, very tired. Let's get out of here. We'll go back towards the line of Gothic Knights, who are also very tired. But there's a lot of them, and we're close to our other troops. Slavs, peasants, naphtha. Okay, so we need to be ready for that. Where's my general, huh? Okay, back here. Very nice. We can probably have him chase off the archers. And our Teutonic Knights... Okay, our Gothic Knights are fighting this. They were running away. Let's do that. Let's keep them on that. Where are the Teutonic Knights? Okay, they're right here fighting Slav warriors. Okay. All right, let's send you and you because you're just very tired. Great. We may lose some of these Teutonic Knights, but they've been with us for a very long time. They deserve a rest, I think. Yeah, all them are running away. Beautiful. Hit the archers. Very interesting little battle map here with the rise right at the corner where they're going to emerge, so usually you don't get this type of setup, I think. It gives us a bit of an advantage as they come on, because you can be a little uphill at them, actually. Let's rout those peasants if we could. Can we actually hit them? Yeah, I think we will. So I think what we would want, like, if we were to be playing with this kind of army for a while... Oh, man. We did get a nap to throw in. Is we would want some lighter cav that's not going to get exhausted. Now, to some extent, it's hard to avoid that when you're fighting an offensive battle, because you have to keep marching around. But this is where, you know, maybe a unit of mounted sergeants would be nice. Bring you guys back. Yeah, we just need to be doing so much marching. When you're on the attack, that... They're not yet ready to be attacked. They're not yet in the actual battle zone. I hope they're not firing. No, not yet. I mean, the peasants behind them. These little one-man units. Okay. Can we kill these naphtha guys, or are we gonna be in trouble here? Okay, I think we're good. All right, I think this may be it. I think they're deciding to give up. There we go. Enemy fleeing the field. So we did win it. We didn't have to get it down to the very wire, which is always a relief. And let's see if we get some money out of this. I wouldn't say no to that. The Papal States is conquered. Ransom received. Oh, that's very nice. 3,000. Okay. And there's the Golden Horde. The Khan got out of the Papal States. Well, lots of agent activity here. And we've got another AR come of age. Prince Herman got the skilled attacker. Great. You know, that's going to get him up to 5 command stars when he's attacking. Unfortunately, our new Prince Lothair is just a drinker. I think, though, what we'll do with this unit is probably bring it back down to Naples. This will allow us, you know, we made some money, and that's kind of the goal. We made some money here, and let's get the taxes down to very low. We'll let the Horde have this back, but we've weakened them quite a lot. Right? This is the army that they took back. This army right here. Khan Batutai I, 63 years old. Excellent, fantastic influence, but good runner, weak defender, hesitant, expert defender. Eager to retreat. Tortured, so that's helping the morale. That's +6, but this is, you know, it's sort of countered by some of these other bad morale traits. So I think we've done a good bit of damage to them. Hopefully the papacy can feel strong enough to hit them, because I don't feel strong enough to hit them here right now. I want to come back to Naples and refit my units, and make sure that we're not going to get attacked by the Horde from across the Adriatic Sea. But that was a good vision of what it can look like using your Gothic Knights, and your Gothic Sergeants, and some Arbalesters and stuff in battle. It's pretty good. This is not, I mean, it's not my favorite army composition of all. I think I prefer speed. I really like lighter units. So the Gothic Knights are not necessarily my jam, but they're really good, and you have to have them as the Holy Roman Empire. So I'm glad we got to use them in battle for once. So now it's literally just a matter of hanging on. I guess we're not going to make that 1425 after all, so we're going to be sitting with these homelands, assuming nothing changes. Geez, should we keep going? We still got 2 solid units of Gothic Knights. 1 of these guys, 2 of these, some archers. I mean, I guess we could. We could bring these guys back, you know. And how would that look? If we hit Venice with Prince Herman, he's a skilled attacker, right? They might just withdraw from that. I have no idea what they have, but they might just withdraw. Then the big question is, do they own Austria yet? Yeah, that's the enemy. Well, let's see what it looks like. I feel like maybe we could fight our way out of this. We get up here. We'll go down to Naples with all of our cash. Let's train a chivalric knights unit. We'll go a little bit like more half and half. Gothic Knights, chivalric knights. I know we've already got some, but let's do that. Let's train some chivalric sergeants. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Halberdiers. Maybe that would be good. They got poor morale, though, but so did these guys, and they've been performing pretty well. Let's go with halbs. Let's go with halberdiers. That does seem more like a good unit to use. We get like maybe 2 Gothic sergeants for the flanks, and then halberdiers for the middle, just to sort of lawnmower up the heavy cav that gets in our way. So I think that'd be pretty decent. I think we're going to stop it there for the night, though, folks. We're at 1422, just a few years away from another checkpoint for glorious achievements, and I'm feeling pretty good about where we're at right now. I didn't think we'd make it this far in the campaign, but we survived to see the Danes reemerge. Northern Italy is kind of a mess right now, but we'll see if we can handle that. We've got Gothic Knights. This is kind of like a major goal for me in the campaign. So just the fact that they're there in one battle feels like we've accomplished something in itself. So thanks very much for joining me in this episode. Hope you'll stick around for the next one. Until then, take care.